Hello and welcome back to the channel. In the first video I compiled all the Flash games I can remember. Now, this video encapsulates Flash Games 2.0. The games that survived and continue to innovate. Sequels. Before we begin, I want to clarify that I enjoyed all of these games, many of which are well known. Because of this, I'm not going to do the normal tier list of B to S. Instead, I'm going to start with my favorites first at A+, then go to the A, honorable mentions, B, and finally, my favorite of all time. Without further ado, please enjoy. To start strong, we're going to talk about the new Strike Force hero game. This is a game that's coming out extremely soon and definitely worth playing, whether if you know the Flash game or not. This is the Sky 9 and Indie Arc remake of a classic and they really outdid themselves. The demo of this game was really fun. It has cooperative gameplay and online multiplayer. The story is nice and the collectible system makes the game really enjoyable. And let's just take a moment to listen to the soundtrack. Amazing. There will be a link to this game in the top of the description. It is definitely on my wishlist. Swords and Sandals Immortals was released on March 10, 2023 and is very similar to the original Flash game. It offers fast turn-based combat, rich battles and deep character customizations. This is part of the reason I enjoyed it so much. The developers have iteratively made this game very fun and the series much better. Incorporating insane amounts of replayability value, boss rush game modes and difficulties are just the beginning of this chaotic but fun game. The game is beautiful and costs roughly $9 USD. Swords and Souls Neverseen is a rewarding and well-paced game that is very similar to the original version it was derived from. Much like the first game, the game focuses heavily on training. This is archery, sword, reflexes, sorcery and shielding. These are all very important feats to train if you want to get strong enough in that field to progress in the game, and it is fun to actually level up. There's locked moments which makes these minigames harder to play, and that keeps it fresh and unique as you go and get stronger. It costs $15 USD and definitely worth playing. Another Flash game gem was Super Motherload. I didn't play this until the comments told me I had to from the last video, but I am very happy I did. This game is impeccably beautiful and the sequel is no different. We're talking breathtaking couch co-op, multiple endings, adventure, and deep upgradability in your character. This game features full voiceover which keeps you entertained and immersed, as well as challenges that exist, and the game stays faithful to the Flash version, which makes it really fun. It's only $15 USD and easy A+.
Who's doing all this knocking?
I'm not sure why this next one's here, because there is no game. Oddly enough, I feel like if there was, it would be very enjoyable, like an experience filled with wacky gameplay jokes and references. Something like a point-and-click adventure with, again, beautiful graphics, deep puzzles and puzzling gameplay. But again, there is no game, but I feel like if there was, it would be 12 USD, worth a sit down and a very easy A+. From no game to a game that doesn't require any introduction, we have Balloons Tower Defense 6. We're talking a game that's iteratively been changed over the years, for better and better every time. The latest version has 23 monkeys, 14 heroes, 68 laps and varying difficulties. The game is insane, and again, doesn't need any introduction. If you like tower defense games, you must try this. It's a must play without any doubt. It is an easy A+, and only worth 13 USD. King's League Odyssey was one of the many games I didn't know if would be S tier or not. This game pertains to the elements of the original, which includes recruiting units, training units, upgrading units, and joining tournaments and league battles. This iteration includes deeper campaigns, random events, and better graphics and cutscenes. This was a pleasant surprise and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It goes for 15 USD, and with multiple game modes and cutscenes, it's definitely worth playing. Spelunky 2 is a masterfully created roguelike that is exceptional and above the rest even in that genre. It reminds me a lot of Nota, which is not exactly a good thing, but a fun thing nonetheless. It's extremely satisfying to play, and as you get close to the finish line it gets harder and harder, which really fills you with that fun, motivational spirit. This game is unforgiving, and if you like that in a game, this is for you. The game is 19 USD and is definitely worth playing. Super Meatboy Forever is fairly similar to the other ones, and with the new take and mechanics it makes it fairly challenging. At the end of the day, it is a Meatboy game, and because it's a Meatboy game, it is extremely fun. 19 USD, all the Meatboys are worth playing, this is no exception. There will be a link below.
Bapanada.
The last game on the A+ tier list is a breathtaker, a stunner, something that is unlike any other game we've talked about so far. That is Hollow Knight. This game is stunning, and I'm surprised it even makes it on a list about Flash games. We're talking hand-drawn graphics, which comprises this beautiful masterpiece of art, and a soundtrack composed by Christopher Larkin, which you could play by itself for hours and hours and never get sick of it. It is beautiful and only cost 14 USD. It easily makes the A+ tier. There'll be a link below, 100% worth playing, again 14 USD. And that's the A+ games. On screen is the list as shown in order. We'll move on to the more obscure games, the A tier. My Friend Pedro is a lot of things. Some of these include an amazing 2D platformer blending Max Payne and Matrix elements, fun levels, diverse weapons, and a great replay value. Effortlessly clearing rooms with precision accuracy, dodging bullets, and a thrilling ballet of violence. You follow a sentient banana's orders and approach levels creatively and unleash a stylish mayhem. It's for 20 USD and very fun and action-packed. In Westerado Double Barreled, you're seeking revenge for your family's murder. This is a vast Wild West landscape where you discover clues to find out who murdered your family. To my understanding, every playthrough is different, and that makes the game very, very fun, unique, and challenging, and sort of puzzling. My favourite thing to do was just to activate the director's cut, where a lot of enemies come towards you at once and you have to clear them out. Something very intuitive I liked about this game was the health system. It uses hats. Every time you get shot, you take a hat off until you have no hats left to take off. I found that very fun, very interesting, and very addictive. 14 USD, worth playing. In Don't Escape 4 Days to Survive, you play as David in a post-apocalyptic world. This game is intuitive, as each night of the 4 nights you unlock more and more of the map. Each stage involves you fortifying your home against nightly threats, with the first threat being spiders. In doing so, you have to be aware of what you can take with you as your inventory is limited. Item weights adds even more of a limit to what you can take with you at any given time, and every decision you make is time sensitive, so you have to make the right ones at the right times. The game costs 15 USD and is definitely worth it if you like puzzle-timed games. LUFTRAUSERS offers a stylish aerial combat with over 125 ship customizations. The gameplay offers various rivals and missions to keep the gameplay fresh and unique, and your goal is to get a high score ultimately. The health system is intuitive, with a method that isn't too cluttering but keeps you in the loop on how much health you have left, and the game isn't too complex but highly addictive and satisfying. This game is 10 USD and worth playing. Madness, Project Nexus, delivers 16 plus hours of intense non-stop action with character customization up the wazoo. We're talking infiltration of guarded installations, facing various enemies, and uncovering secrets in this fast-paced action game. It features a likable story and a fantastic soundtrack. There's an arena mode which lets you just battle with enemies and level up that way, and it costs 25 USD. For the standard package, you really can't go wrong. VVVVVV is an enraging single-press gameplay mechanic which reverses the gravity as you go through the game. It is, again, enraging. It's agitating and very fun to play nonetheless. There's frequent checkpoints which makes the game very accessible, and a chip-tune soundtrack which is among the best. It is challenging, very challenging. But the game is fun nonetheless. There is a harder game mode which I didn't even attempt to play. The game is 5 USD, so you can't go wrong, and it is very fun to play nonetheless. A game on this list which is astronomically beautiful is Phoenotopia Awakening. This game has very humble inspirations into this beautiful adventure, stunning, beyond appealing game that is packed with fun secrets and charm. There's 60 plus original songs and the OST is worth listening to by itself. You can explore different dangerous dungeons and meet charming characters in this narrative-driven adventure. Discover secrets with 33 energy gems, 55 heart pieces, and 11 runestones. The game is valued at 20 USD and definitely worth playing. A game which gets credit for being akin to the original is Lucky Tower Ultimate. This game follows the same lovable, clumsy knight who wants to escape a mysterious tower filled with deadly traps and absurd encounters. Each decision makes you shape your outcome, creating a unique and humorous journey and slapstick fun akin to the original, and is extremely reminiscent of some early other Flash game memories. So 100% on this list, 100% A tier and 100% worth playing. N++ is a fast-paced nostalgic thrill that reminds us of the classic Flash game. You dart around obstacles, evade enemies, and collect gold in a minimalistic landscape with an astonishing 4,340 handcrafted levels to play from. This game will push your platforming skills to the limit, and it is such a fun process in doing so. It is highly recommended, extremely fun, and in the gameplay from the background you can see what I mean. If you love 2D platformers, speedrunning, electronica music, and intense challenges, you must play this game. It is 14 USD and again, worth playing. Decision Red Daze is an isometric adventure in a mysterious dust bowl. The combat feels different with similar experiences of fighting mutants, leading survivors, and exploring, looting, and capturing posts. It mixes town building and RPG elements, including crafting and upgrading towns, and pulling resources together to fight against the threats. You're able to team up with the survivors and reclaim towns and push the red dust back. This indie gem is 20 USD and one I look forward to playing in the future again. The latest addition to the Kingdom Rush series is Kingdom Rush Vengeance, which stands out as not only the best looking entry, but a game where you play against the heroes as the monsters. There's excellent gameplay, excellent animations, and excellent graphics, and again, the fresh perspective is very fun as well. It presents new biomes and battles, and is one of the most feature-rich Kingdom Rushes we've seen to date. It's worth 20 USD, and fairly fun, worth playing. One game that took me by surprise unequivocally is The Final Earth 2. This is a game I never heard of prior, but I'm very glad I found it. It is surprising and captivating beyond every metric, and it features 80 plus structures, original music, and adds various complexities with what your citizens need. One of the things, for example, is how they commute across your stage. We're talking elevators, flying saucers, bridges, and it's just some to name a few. This game has surpassed all my expectations and has quickly become one of my favorite city builders of all time, and it's only worth 10 USD on Steam, and you really can't go wrong with that type of price for this type of masterpiece. Thank you for getting it to this point in the video. Again, on screen is every game we discussed in the order discussed. I enjoy making these videos and do want to make more. Getting a YouTube partnership would be beautiful, so liking this, subscribing, and sharing this video helps me get there. Everybody counts, and thank you in advance for doing so. To continue the tier list, we have honorable mentions, which are games that are not yet released, but I am very excited to play. The first on this list is the Epic War series. From the first video, this was my all-time favorite Flash game, so I'm very excited for when the 2.0 version comes out as a sequel, or rather a remake. This game is stunning, and I'm very sure it's in beautiful hands. I'm going to put a link to their YouTube video, and they occasionally drop release notes, so I am very excited for this one. The next game is called Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. This is a game where I didn't know much about, but it is very interesting to watch, with a chilling point-and-click adventure type gameplay. The chilling horror Flash game has puzzles, various eerie foes, and nightmarish environments. I don't play much horror personally, but I am definitely going to play this one, so it is wishlisted. I remember clearly the little blue elephant with the face of the Flash game era. We're talking so many games with the same little blue elephant. This is the Elephant Collection. This delightful package of 10 remastered titles is coming back for a release date that is very soon, from puzzle platformers, rapid fire, and arcade games where you collect achievements. This was extremely fun, and again, a face for the Flash game industry, so definitely on my wish list and definitely worth playing. I look forward to seeing Little Blue Elephant back on Steam very shortly. A game which comes from the same creators as Super Crazy Guitar Maniac Deluxe is Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. This game has moved away from that style of gameplay where you are doing levels and trying to get the best score in each of these levels. Super Crazy Rhythm Castle focuses more of a minigame concept with more party-like elements, so it'll be very fun to play with friends. It has the same rhythm-based gameplay with various different game modes where you can achieve the level 1 completion. This game looks very fun, I look forward to playing it. It is dropping soon for roughly 37 USD. And that's it for the honorable mentions. We've discussed the A+, the A, the honorable mentions, the B is what we're going to go into now, then back into the S. Without further ado, let's continue. Robot Wants It All is a nostalgic compilation of mini Metroidvania-like games where you join a robot in the speedy pursuit for finding various items like kitty, puppy, and much more. The game's replayability stems from trying to find the best time in every level, where you get closer and closer to the ultimate goal, which is the least time possible. You unlock maps and extras along the way for doing good and getting more points. The game encourages experimentation and skill development, making it ripe for the speedrunning community, which only costs 19 USD, so this game is definitely worth it there. Canabalt offers a classic infinite runner action game where you escape the city's destruction with a single button. Now, with challenges, 8 game modes, and 4 runners, the game is an infinite runner with a rewarding style gameplay. The short beauty is worth roughly 3 USD, so you really can't go wrong, one of the cheapest games on this list. Super Chibi Night is a charming sequel with captivating gameplay and a delightful soundtrack. The father-daughter duo that created this game done exceedingly well, and the action-adventure platformer and RPG elements make the game very fun and unique. It offers various upgrades, mounts, quests, and secret areas, and adorable voice acting. With open world exploration and a fun gameplay mechanic, Super Chibi Night is captivating and fun, and worth roughly 5 USD. EA's Insaniquarium is a wild mix of simulation, management, tycoon, addiction, and fish. You run an aquarium, buying fish and growing and battling against other creatures to make money. Use the cash to upgrade food and get unique pets, and fend off jealous aliens with a laser gun. It's all about creating the craziest aquarium and protecting it from the alien attack. and I enjoyed most of playing it. I tried to do a bit of a let's game it out, which is what you're watching in the background, where I tried to squish as many fish as possible inside the tank. I couldn't get this game working outside the demo, but the demo was fairly fun. It's 5 USD, so you might get it working. Mine & Blood is an award-winning Flash game which offers an immersive firefight simulator. You command 12 classes with diverse weapons and gear. There's a chill yet intense gameplay mechanic which feels very casual but very tactical nonetheless. You prepare for a random brutality as the commander in a war. The chaos is worth 12 USD and definitely fun to play. One of the games that's had the biggest jumps from Flash to today is Zombotron. This is a nostalgic side-scrolling Flash game where the challenging combat and wide range of weapons is extremely fun. There's great graphics and great references across the old game with interactive NPCs, unique bosses, diverse weapons, and revamped old enemies. You upgrade stats and wear armor. This game costs 14 USD and it's definitely fun. The next game is Gods Will Be Watching. This is a gripping, minimalistic point-and-click thriller with 6 tense chapters. You navigate through moral dilemmas impacting lives and the world's fate. It's not just a point and click however, it's a challenging survival sim with unforgiving consequences if you're not careful in deciding the right things. Wrong decisions or even bad luck will set you back a lot. You will be constantly re-evaluating your strategy, where you keep improving your analysis of risk, failure chance, and greatly difficult choices. Cursed Treasure 2 Ultimate Edition stays true to the Flash game roots, which offers a nostalgic experience similar to the original. The game is to protect your gems. To do this with orcs, demons, and undead towers. To be blunt, the game's fun, very interesting. You have to grind a bit to get past level 6, otherwise it is fun nonetheless. The map 6 hurdle did not ruin the feeling of the game, and I enjoyed it nonetheless. Easy B tier, 9 USD, fun overall. TowerFall Ascension is a top-notch 2 to 4 player arena game with tight controls and dynamic mechanics. It features a single screen arena for unexpected attacks and limited arrows shared amongst players. There's plenty of modifiers to add variety. There's also a time trial which I personally played, which offers very engaging challenges. This game is roughly 15 USD and it is fun to play if you like the type of style. Trials is a game that everyone has probably heard about. The game is not special or unique compared to the other versions, but it is Trials and it is fun just because it is Trials. It's another one in the series which makes it worth playing, because Trials is worth playing. Still, despite the game's repetitive nature, it is challenging, rewarding, and graphically unique. It goes for roughly 20 USD. If you're familiar with the series, or even if you're not, it's worth picking up just to play a Trials game. Now, let's talk about a game that's so fun you forget what a kilometer is. That game is called BroForce. This game is jam-packed with freedom-loving gameplay and freedom-loving graphics and experiences. You play as a variety of characters that are trying to protect the freedom and liberate the area by just blowing everything up in sight. There's a Blade-inspired hero, a Will Smith-inspired hero, and many others which will leave you asking what's next. This game is fun, and it goes for roughly 15 USD. I remember when Plague Inc. Involved came out. Very akin to Plague Inc., the Flash game, it took the world by storm. All content creators were playing it. It was very captivating. Recently, in 2021, Plague Inc. Escalation was also released. This is a game where instead of trying to control a virus, you're controlling a city, building it to try and control the area. These are both very fun, fast-paced, puzzle-solving games that aren't too difficult but aren't too easy. The latest edition is extremely adverse with a large different range of characters, allowing you to play a large array of different playstyles and map. Both of these games go for 15 USD and they're both worth playing. The final game on the B tier list is Telepath Tactics. This is a deep strategy RPG experience akin to very popular and very similar games. I really enjoyed how choices made in battles impact the rest of the game. The storyline is unique with various interactions that keep it fresh and entertaining. There's exploration opportunities in battles, treasure chests, allies to recruit, with an entirely beautiful turn-based style of combat. The game requires thoughtful moves to avoid character losses, and it's also 14 USD, so definitely worth playing that. Again, thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. We only have one more game left, and if you're familiar with the Flash games, you might know what this is already. Let me know if I've missed any game that's had a sequel from the Flash game era, and I'll be sure to add it to a video in the future. Thank you to everyone again for making it to this point in the video. The final game on this list strikes nostalgia with just a name, and that name is The Binding of Isaac. If the tier list was based on both enjoyment and nostalgia, there is no game like The Binding of Isaac. This is a game where I've played across the past decade in different countries and devices, and is absolutely breathtaking even to this day. It is easily a top 5 roguelike I've ever played, let alone a top 5 game I've ever played. This game is challenging and requires some time, so it might not be for everyone. But for those who like either roguelikes or investing time in a video game, this is for you. The chaotic fun is like no other, and I've played it over a decade and still enjoy every single time I boot it up to have a run. The game is fun, challenging, and again, unlike anything else I've ever played before. The entire collection is roughly 44 USD, but that includes all the DLCs up until the current version, which is the last version to my understanding of Isaac. And I cannot stress enough how worth it this game is to play. That is my S tier game, and in my eyes for very good reason. These are all the sequels, some of the most loved Flash games I could find. If I missed any, please let me know in the comments below. It means a lot to me, as I said earlier. If you could like, share, and subscribe to the channel, getting partnership would be a huge step towards being able to make more content. In the future, I'm really inspired by people like RetroAnimationV.me. There's a few more tier lists I want to make revolving around Flash games before I get to that point. One more thing to note before I close the video is to thank one person, and that is Mr. Brief. Mr. Brief kept me in check to make sure I was creating and working on this video, so kudos to them. I'll leave links to everything below. Thank you so much for watching the video, and have a lovely rest of life. Goodbye.